It's time to turn a lead into a deal. This is Eat, Sleep, Invest.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, it's Bryan here with Motivated Leads, bringing you another episode of Eat, Sleep, and Invest. So normally we're giving marketing tips and trying to help you grow your business. Today, I wanted to give you a story that might be able to help you guys out from something in my past that I learned from. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Maybe it'll inspire you or, I don't know, take what you want from it. So anyways, back in the day, probably like 97, 98, something like that. I was probably like 17, 18 years old. I was probably like a lot of you guys, pretty much feeling invincible, things like that. So I got pissed on my parents and I ran away. I'm in Pittsburgh. So I went down to the Greyhound station and said, hey, literally give me the next bus leaving. And it went to Orlando, Florida. So I didn't know what I was doing. I probably had like $100 in my pocket. I had a duffel bag, clothes. My ex-girlfriend was with me. We went down, hopped on the Greyhound, literally spent like 20 hours going from city to city the whole way down, on a Greyhound. I don't know if you've ever been on a Greyhound, the type of characters you meet, things like that, right? So literally just winging it, which is stupid. It's like totally stupid. Don't ever recommend doing that. But back in the day, like whatever, I'm invincible. I can do that. So on the Greyhound, we met right when we were on the last bus, we were getting to Florida. We met this guy on the way because I didn't know where we were going to stay. I'm like, hey, where should we go? And back then we didn't have cell phones. Like I had a beeper, I think. So it's not like we could just Google anything. So we went back to this dude's house after the Greyhound, after we got to Orlando and started looking up places, calling him. He ended up finding us at Days Inn for $25 a night, right? So we're down there, got about $125, staying in a Days Inn for $25 a night. Chilled for like a day or two. And I'm like, oh crap, I got to get a job or figure out a way to bring an income. So I walked up the street. There was a Publix. So we don't have those up in Pittsburgh, but it's a grocery store. So I go in there and I was applying for a job. And I don't know if anyone's ever done this before, but it's really hard to apply for a job and fill out an application when you don't have an address. So I'm sitting there trying to sell the manager on getting a job, things like that. And I didn't get that job. So go back to the Days Inn and figuring out, okay, how are we going to stay here? Pretty much like, how can we keep staying here? Cause it's $25 a day. So I ended up finding a job labor pool place. What that is, it's like a place you go, you stand outside, guys will come just like pick you. They just pick out of the group who they want to work for the day. You go work. So I don't really remember exactly what the pay was, but I do remember I could pay for the hotel and I got like a 69-cent. They used to do 69-cent burgers at Wendy's. So we could do like a 69-cent burger to eat something for the day. Now, I didn't grow up poor. I was just being like young and stupid. Like it's not like a lot of people don't have a place to stay because they don't have the money, things like that. It was just me being stupid. Right. So looking back on it, it's like, who does that kind of stuff? You know what I mean? And I was super lucky. So eventually I ran out and did not have enough money to stay in that hotel. Right. So I didn't know what to do. My idea was, hey, you know what? We're going back to the Greyhound station. They're open 24 hours a day. We're sleeping there for the night. I'm going to figure it out. So I'm like, okay, pack up our stuff. We're out of there walking. I remember we were walking like through like a ghetto or something. And this lady and her son pull up beside us in it was a tracker. I don't know, like it was like a little SUV. Back in the day, they used to have, they were cool. They're like really small Jeep. It's like a black tracker. And she pulls up with her son. I think his name was John. I don't quite remember. And they're like, hey, you look like you don't belong here. Do you need a place to stay? And I looking back and I'm like, who does that? Like they literally like pulls up to somebody at random on the side of the road, says, hey, you need a place to stay. So we hop in their tracker, drive for like 45 minutes or an hour. I forget how far it was, but they took us back to their house. So it was her husband and her son. And I think it was like a horse farm or something. I do remember they had this cat. It was like 2 feet tall that looked like a cheetah. Like I've never seen it. It was like some exotic cat, which was pretty cool. So they let us sleep. They had a bedroom. It just had a mattress on the floor and they had a bedroom. I think it was the cat's room. And they let us sleep there for a couple of days. And I remember that night at dinner, I was starving. So it was probably like one of the best meals I had. I scarfed it down. I'm like, hey, is there anything I want to do something to like kind of pay you back, which I didn't have anything. So they told me to clean their grill. So I cleaned the crap out of their grill. Looking back on that also, it's like they were probably just giving me that to like make me feel better. That wasn't really to help them out. So we stayed there a couple days and they ended up fronting us like $200 or $300 to stay in a hotel. Her husband worked in a hotel. I think it was like the Marriott franchise or something. So they were able to get a discount, get us a place for a couple of days to try to get a job, things like that. But the whole reason I'm telling you this is like we work so hard to crush it, things like that. And this lady, well, first, I owe her $300. I still owe her $300, and I do not know who she is. Right. So anyways, number one, if anyone knows someone down there with this story, like, connect me with her. But I've seen the movie Pay It Forward, and I read that book, and it kind of clicked with me on that, because like we hustle so hard, we work so hard, things like that. And it's like, okay, we can do what we do. But then also, if you can help people, like she helped me, it was like a forced pay it forward, because I have no way to pay her back. I don't know who they are. Like, I don't know how to pay it back. So in my mind, I help other people just randomly, like it's not, you just help people do things. And it's kind of cool too, is because you're helping people that cannot pay you back. A lot of times they don't even know who you are, but you're putting that energy out in the world. Like, hey, if I'm going to help this person, you don't know if they can't pay you back. They don't know where it came from. So you're putting that energy out, hoping it continues, which you figure, I don't know what percent it does, what percent it doesn't, but if you consistently do that kind of stuff, number one, it helps you out. You feel good about it. It gives you a good energy, and you're putting positive stuff out there in the universe as well. So reason I'm bringing up the story is Pay It Forward. And actually, if anyone doesn't know what Pay It Forward is, Pay It Forward, it's a good movie. If you've never seen it, go watch it. But Pay It Forward in a sense is, if you help one person, you tell them, don't pay me back, pay it forward to 3 people. So I help you. In turn, for you instead of you paying me back, you go help 3 additional people, tell them don't pay you back, and tell them to pay 3 additional people. It's like compounding interest. It's like compounding positive energy, or whatever you want to call it. So the whole point of me even telling you this story is my give is crush your business, go and grind and do what you need to there, but also pay it forward to people. If you see people out there that are struggling or trying to learn, like we have a lot of knowledge, go help those people that have the drive to achieve their goals. Like help other people do it. Even though they can't pay you back, like just do it, and just put that positive energy out there, because it'll help you and it will help them in their life. So that's my give for this episode, is pretty much just go pay it forward to people. Not necessarily because you're going to get anything back. It's not one of those things like, hey, I'm going to help you and then you're going to help me back. It's like, hey, I'm going to help people. They probably won't even know who I am. I know what I'm doing, and they know someone out there is helping, but they just don't know who it is. And it's just a positive thing to do. So anyways, that's my give for today. And feel free to connect with us. You can go to our website, give us a call, anything like that. But that's, I hope that helps you out. And until next time, go out and crush it.
Thank you for listening to Eat, Sleep, Invest and allowing Bryan and Chad to be part of your day. If this episode has inspired you and helped you today, then be sure to share it with someone else you know who will need it. To find out more about us and our mission, head over to motivated-leads.com. We want to help identify what you can do to get better deals and grow your real estate investment realm. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes and subscribe for more weekly tips.